Hello, Galaxy. I'm Chris Pirillo, and today in tech news, we had big tech news. Actually, there was a lot of big tech news, but the biggest news, at least as far as YouTube is concerned, is that YouTube CEO, Susan Wojcicki, is stepping down. After being there for 9 years, she's been a part of Google for a lot longer than that. A person who pretty much championed the acquisition of YouTube back in the day, so she's definitely been around for a long time, which is good. But it's also good that we're getting a new CEO, Neal Mohan, who had previously been doing product or leading product, is going to be CEO. The reason that's good news is because as a product, YouTube has been going through an identity crisis. So there are big changes that can and should take place specifically with the technology that powers YouTube. YouTube doesn't have a creator problem. YouTube doesn't have a reach problem. YouTube has a tech problem. And I don't just mean it's crashing. I don't just mean that it's horribly done at all. I'm saying that the way that they've implemented the technology, the implementation, is problematic. So let's go ahead and break down 3 reasons why I think this is a good direction potentially for YouTube to go in, or at least potentially a good change. When you put a product person in charge, the product will improve because they understand product more so than any other aspect of the business. The product is everything. And YouTube used to be so much fun back in the day. Oh my God, so much fun. You could do a video, throw it up there. People would love it because it was about creators. It was all about creators. Period. Now, I know YouTube would sit there and say, well, we're still about creators. They are. Absolutely. No doubt about that. They're also about the algorithm, right? And they're also about optimizing for time on site or time in app and making changes that are just so devastating to people if they don't play the game. That's a product problem. Because unless of course, Neal believes that the product is just fine. I would argue it's not. So the first thing that I want this new YouTube CEO to do, and Neal, you have no idea who I am, I guarantee. The first thing I want, and I've written this down just to make sure I don't go off script, figure out what YouTube is. Okay, that's period. Because right now, YouTube doesn't know what the hell it is. I know what it was, and I know a lot of people remember what it was. Remember when you used to subscribe to a channel, and then you saw the videos that channel uploaded until you unsubscribed? Remember that? Bring that back. People miss that. People miss the videos that they subscribe to watch. Big time. There's a reason I've doubled down on the live video. That's live.pirillo.com. It's back. Live.pirillo.com. You can participate in it too. You can play video games alongside other geeks and nerds 24/7. I'm doing it. Not just an empty chair anymore. Remember when that was fun? I'm trying to bring fun back to live video. YouTube doesn't know what it wants to be. Doesn't want to be TikTok. Doesn't want to be Twitch. Doesn't want to be Spotify. Doesn't want to be whatever is the shiny object of the moment. It doesn't know what it wants to be. So the tech, the software, the platform is just doing things and kind of hacking and shimming to get features crammed in here and make things work so that they don't break, to make things better. But the problem is, it's a problem. YouTube has to figure out what it wants to be and then optimize the technology around that identity. Because right now I'm telling you, YouTube doesn't know what it wants to be. It just does not know. And you can't sit there and say, oh, we care about creators, while at the same time introducing features that demolish creators if they don't play the game the way that you've laid it out. If the game is to gain subscribers, great. But the problem is if you gain subscribers and those subscribers trail off, then other subscribers aren't going to see those videos, because that's the thing. That's why you're not getting notifications, because either you stop clicking on the notifications for one reason or another, at which point your subscription is absolutely worthless, or other people who subscribe to the channel aren't clicking on notifications, at which point you're not going to see the notifications. That's the game. That's the product right now, and I'm telling you, that is the wrong direction for a product that you say is all about creators. No. It's not all about creators. It's all about time on site. It's all about optimizing for the algorithm. That's the product. So be clear about that if that's the case. But don't say you're about one thing when you're clearly about another. But figure out who you are, your identity, right? And then build the technology around that identity, not the other way around. 2, Separate products. All right. Now this is a big deal, right? I understand YouTube's a big brand. I understand that it is. Sorry, my screensaver kicked in there, or was it a call for help that kicked in? I don't know. X-Play, possibly extend. Anyway, so YouTube's a big brand. People understand it. They know it. They know what can be expected with the YouTube brand in general. But YouTube TV is a separate product. Still got the YouTube branding. YouTube Music is a separate product. It's kind of married to the legacy YouTube, but it's a separate thing because it's got its own need. Separate YouTube Shorts. Separate YouTube Live. Separate YouTube Classic. Whatever the hell you want to call it, okay? Because right now, what we've got going on and what we've had going on for a number of years is a mess. It's a catastrophe. From a product perspective, YouTube is a mess. Not just for viewers, but for creators as well. It's garbage because we don't know, creators don't know what to do. One moment you say, do the videos this way. Now you're telling us, well, you do shorts. Okay, but will that hurt us in ways that we've been hurt before? Well, but you also have the live option. Do live. Well, if we do live, does that hurt this other chance of a video that I put out there to go and get out to all those people who subscribe to see the videos that they subscribe to, that they opted into, they double opted into in some cases? So that is something that if you separate shorts and live, I think the YouTube experience would be so much better. Because right now, the culture of YouTube, and I don't just mean the culture internally at YouTube, because I'm not familiar with it, but when you log into your YouTube app, or log in, like you dial in and log into YouTube, but like when you open YouTube on the desktop or on your mobile device, and you're there to see whatever you're going to see, because they're going to feed it to you. They're going to show you a short you've never heard from a person you've never heard of before to keep you engaged, or a video that from someone you have no idea. Like you searched for a refrigerator once, and now all of a sudden your feed is dominated by refrigerator repair technicians who upload videos. Like it's just the default experience, right? It's a mix and mash of everything. Separate it all. Separate it. Because the people who are there just to watch regular old YouTube videos, for the people that they subscribe to, that's what they want. That's what they're logged in for. That's what they want. Even if they're not telling you that directly, and well, but by viewing time, it's clear that this optimizes for time on site. Creators, on the other hand, are so angry. They may not tell you because they don't want to bite the hand that feeds them. I understand that. But the problem is when you mix and match these technologies that you haven't separated and you haven't accounted for the culture, there's a disconnect. So I can tell you this by using, people don't expect to log into YouTube and see TikTok. They don't expect to log into YouTube and see Twitch. So the live video experience has suffered. And I can tell you this as someone who's been using live video on YouTube since the very beginning, like the very beginning when they launched it, back when the Ustream days were still happening. I don't even know if Justin TV had pivoted to Twitch, Twitch at that time. So I've been using it for that long, and it's evolved-ish, but the culture hasn't. The YouTube culture has not. You've changed and in many ways for the better. But in many ways, you got to get back to what made YouTube great. And you need to separate these things, man. Make a YouTube live app. Make a YouTube shorts app and let people who want to do that. And it could be here's the thing, it could be the same creator, right? But their shorts only show up over there. And their live videos only show up over there. But their regular videos only show up here. Algorithm problem solved? I mean, like, part of the algorithm problem solved? The problem of the channel identity being solved? Because you got to segment the problem is YouTube doesn't think this way. They don't. If you have a live video that gets horrible engagement, good luck with your next video. Good luck. It ain't gonna happen. And if that video that you produced that you spent so much time on doesn't get good engagement, good luck on the next video because it ain't gonna happen. Like it's mind-numbingly frustrating. What used to be fun is now anger-inducing. Can you feel it? Can you feel the palpable anger, like just oozing through the camera lens right now as I try to tell you what I want to see fixed from a technology perspective? Make new apps. Separate it. Carve up the platform. You can do it. You have the power. You understand this. You're a product person. I expect to see product mentality applied to YouTube. The third thing And this is a bit of a reach, and I've talked about this briefly, but I think this is an important point to make. And I think it's important from a product perspective and from a technology perspective, because if the technology does not work and you have all these frustrations that aren't being fixed, they're not being patched, you're just uploading new features one on top of the other and not addressing the underlying problems, create, if you will, please, for the love of God and all that is holy, create an easy to use, and maybe this is a separate app, a non-algorithmic feed. That's what I'm asking. I'm begging you. Create an algorithmic, pardon me, I got to backtrack on my mid-beg there. A non-algorithmic feed, please. That's a technology thing. It's a platform thing. You can do this. You have the power to do it. A non-algorithmic feed. That's all I'm asking, right? Instagram does it. Maybe YouTube does it, like you switch to your subscriptions, but I'm telling you, people don't do that. People don't use it. I mean, how long have I been talking? Like, my screensaver keeps kicking in. I gotta bump up that number. Is it 5 minutes? A 5-minute timeout? I should probably wrap this up anyway. So create a non-algorithmic feed with the platform. Do some programming, use your software skills, non-algorithmic feed, so that people who subscribed to one channel and not everything else can quickly and easily see, even set it as their dang default. Set it as a default. A non-algorithmic experience. It's a fix, right? If people want to see the algorithm, let them flip to the algorithm. I'm an old school creator. There's a reason people go, Chris, you're why don't you do this anymore? I do. You just don't see it. You never hear from it because your mind has been taken. Here's I putting on a tinfoil hat here. Your mind's been taken over by the algorithm. You don't see the things you want to see anymore. You see what they want you to see. And this is true. Whether it's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, which is Facebook vicariously, YouTube, any platform, centralized social media platform that uses an algorithm to optimize time on site is twisting they're giving you an experience, but they're twisting what you're expecting to have. One of the reasons I've been so bullish on Mastodon and the idea of being able to not have to play to an algorithm is that I can connect with people and know that what I put out there is going to be seen if they're scrolling through a feed. You don't have that right now, so I'm begging you, Neal. I'm begging. We're on a first name basis. I guarantee he's never going to return my email now. Not that I've sent this email. Not that he's going to see this video. Be a product person. Be an amazing product CEO because YouTube needs it. It's long overdue. Thank you. Genuinely.